Welcome back, everybody, to a very special episode of the DracCast. It's a very special episode because it's an episode that's coming out, which is so infrequent. I wanted to mention that unfortunately, Cheska could not make it, so I had to find a different trans woman to do an episode with. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jen. I also run the page or not Dracula, that's you, Joker Core on Facebook.
You're coming for my identity.
Yeah, I am. Watch out.
Yeah. So yeah, your Joker core,
hmm
formerly known as Jessica Jones core,
And formerly known as like 8 other
a
different
billion.
pages.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, cool. Well, Jen, you and I have been talking about doing this episode for a while, and I
hmm
figured that now was a good time as any since Chiska was busy this weekend. Anyway, and I don't want to do a solo episode because people heard those, and those are not great. The solo episodes I did, or the one I did with Tucker Carlson. Um, which might as well have been a solo episode. He was pretty beat up about his firing at the time. Um, but yeah, so Jen, you and I have been talking a little bit about what we would do for this episode, and I wanted to look at people really seem to like the Onceler episode, and
hmm
unfortunately, Sexypedia does not exist anymore, as far as I'm aware. I believe it was taken down. I think that they
Swag.
did a purge of a bunch of Yeah, they did a purge of a bunch of wikis. So Sexypedia is among the wikis that no longer exists, which is a damn shame. Um, but I did want to go looking for some other wikis that I thought would be worth looking at. So first off, I went looking and I found this page on Reset Era. Are you aware of Reset Era, Jen?
I don't believe so. Like, it
So
sounds familiar, but like, I can't think if I've like definitively
uh,
heard of it.
so Reset Era is NeoGAF. NeoGAF was a gaming website that was pretty infamous. It was a fairly it was widely criticized for being very biased towards like left wing and progressive causes. So it was very much a place that got targeted a lot during Gamergate.
hmm
Um, but it was also a place that was itself, my understanding, fairly toxic, just in the opposite political direction. But I'm not super familiar. I know there's a JPEG Mafia song called "My Thoughts on NeoGAF Dying," and that's pretty much all I know. The Reset Era is their rebrand, and this is a thread called "Weird Wikis." And Jen, do you want to tell people who this is a thread by?
So it's by an account called Punchline, but it appears that it looks like it says this account has been banned.
Yeah, so K got banned. It was K from Punchline Core. Um, got banned on here. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, no, it is it is by an account called Punchline, which I thought was funny in and of itself. And user Punchline in 2018 posts Wikia, now known as Fandom, I guess, allows almost everyone to make a wiki about almost any subject. Yada yada yada. Get some fucking weird wikis. The wiki that moved me to make this thread is uh, well, the Hypothetical Hurricanes wiki. There's also the Sandwich wiki. There is also uh, a few others. Now, the Sandwich wiki is still up.
I love this. What is your face sandwich? Write it below, and there's so many exclamation marks that it's just busting through the box.
Yeah. I like sandwich made with normal SJW inbread and a lot of Monty Veronese cheese and easy cheese inside. I love eating easy cheese sandwiches. 149, March 12th, 2015. Ham and easy cheese. A sandwich with Iberian ham, mayonnaise, and horseradish is surely the way to go for me. What the fuck is easy cheese?
It's like spray cheese.
It is spray. I've never had spray cheese, but it is, yeah.
It's It's not great.
Yeah, I can't imagine saying that's my favorite kind of sandwich.
Like, are they just spraying spray cheese on bread and then being like, this is a sandwich now?
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not like a sandwich.
Fried banana and peanut sandwich with tuna sprinkled on it and solid salt in between. That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's like the sandwich that Elvis's twin brother would have eaten if he'd lived.
Sims 4 grilled cheese.
That one's good. I personally love wet sandwiches. Any sandwich will be better if you pour water or other drinkable liquids on.
I like this
Um,
number
Knuckle
41 fat
sandwich,
sandwich.
Moni sandwich, um, hamburger has bread and pizza inside. I'm sure that that is a thing in the US that you can get. Fucked is done and ready. Um, One of them is just the Benjamin Siegel sandwich. It is a sandwich consisting of a whole adult man and his hair. I eat this man, but he comes back. Please help. And I was curious to know who I was like, is this a reference to something? And I Googled Benjamin Siegel, and that's just Bugsy Siegel's real name.
Really?
Yeah, that's just like famous Las Vegas mobster and hitman Bugsy Siegel, like one of the founders of like the National Crime Syndicate and stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's like so this person loves to eat Bugsy Siegel every day, but he keeps coming back. Um,
Why are
so yeah,
so many of these easy cheese?
it must be a meme. Like this must have started in some community and then it like got turned into a thing. Oh, they have a page. I like that you scroll down and it's fan feed and they're all from the Gundam wiki instead of being from this wiki. So it's
What's
like
that one
list
with
of
Barack
gun
Obama?
and that's the only one that isn't.
Yeah.
So it's like the different mobile suits, the Principality of Xeon, Amuro Ray, and then the Ham Glizzy. And it says, "This is Ham Glizzy domain. Do not research." Obama, the
Obama
throat goat.
the throat goat.
Yeah. We also have top 10 cursed sandwiches. So number 10, egg sandwich.
Oh, God.
The Cheetos sandwich is a ham sandwich. This is a ham sandwich made with two pieces of ham and then a piece of bread in the middle, which is admittedly pretty funny. A cotton candy
Cotton
sandwich.
candy
The peanut.
sandwich. That's like a Joker sandwich.
It is a very Joker sandwich. Banana ketchup pasta cracker rice and beans sandwich.
Oh my God.
The pickle sandwich, which is a sandwich made with pickles instead of bread, but it also has pickles in it. Um,
Ugh.
the
Blue
blue
sandwich.
sandwich. The blue sandwich. Anyway, enough sandwiches, because there's other wikis. The problem with that one is it's clearly meant to be funny,
Hmm.
and while it is, it succeeds. I kind of prefer the ones that aren't supposed to be funny. So there's a couple here that were unfortunately taken down. And these include Anime Baths Wiki, which was supposed to be about every scene from an anime where someone took a bath. There's one called Nisapedia, which was apparently, it says, some random dude who I assume got one too many copyright takedowns on YouTube created an entire imagined movement fighting for the right to free entertainment, including logos, acronyms, a faux record company, and an invented rival organization to generate fake competition on various social media sites. I wish that was still up. Um, this person just did not understand the prompt and posted, I think the Emu War is funny, and posted like the Wikipedia link to the Emu War, which is like not what this was about. Like they thought that this was a depths of Wikipedia type thing. It's like, no, it's not. It's not what we're talking about. Some of them are just like, yeah, like constructed worlds. That's not really funny. That's just like people who have con worlds. Someone's like, oh, there's a club. Oh, sorry, a user named Rassilon. So this is, of course, this is Rassilon from Doctor Who. Posted. There's a wiki for Club Penguin. Like again, I don't really think that's that funny. Um,
Uh,
but then the ones I
animated
do think
feet.
are fun. animated feet scenes, so that one is unfortunately also taken down. Um, but and wiki feet, of course, still up. Um,
Thank God.
thank God, wiki feet is still up. Um,
Praise the heavens.
I wish we had wiki feet entries.
Yeah, where's the
Um,
Joker core wiki feed?
oh, we should look up Joker on the wiki feet.
Oh, I'm
Wiki.
genuinely so curious.
Nothing shows
No
up.
Joker.
Damn. There's no, the Joker does not have a page, which I guess makes sense because he is not a real person. But and I think it's mostly women too. So anyway, I was able to find a few others that I wanted to talk about. So Jen, let's start with one that was recommended on here.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Bigger Luke?
I can't say that I am.
Okay. So Bigger Luke is commonly abbreviated to BL, or more uncommonly BGL, is a slightly larger manifestation of Luke Skywalker that is said to appear in certain scenes of the original Star Wars trilogy, contrasting to regular Luke. The appearance of Bigger Luke in a particular scene is generally, but not always, judged relative to the height of Han Solo. And as such, Han is the primary go-to frame of reference among Bigger Luke theorists. Because of this, no Han pics are generally discouraged, as it is very difficult to determine Luke's height without Han Solo as a constant frame of reference. Um, I would also like to note that no Han pics is what I call any picture of China that was taken after the fall of the Han Dynasty, which would be in 220 AD, roughly. Um, don't laugh at that, Jen. That didn't deserve a laugh. It wasn't funny. Um, so, whilst uncommon, the use of other Star Wars characters to judge Luke's height are not unheard of. The second most character, if bigger Luke is in the scene, has been Obi-Wan, followed closely by Princess Leia. The activity of combing the original Star Wars trilogy for instances of bigger Luke is known as luking.
So
And then
it's just a theory that there's another Luke that is slightly bigger than the normal Luke.
yeah, there's a slightly bigger Luke. So there's two theories, it says. The canon Luke hypothesis, which says sometimes simply called the bigger Luke hypothesis, in which it is theorized that within the Star Wars universe and canon, there does indeed exist a version of Luke Skywalker that is slightly larger than a posited regular Skywalker or Luke Prime. The other main theory is the Hamill hypothesis, in which it is theorized that there exists an uncredited Mark Hamill lookalike who was used in certain scenes of the original trilogy for undisclosed reasons and whose identity has yet to be determined. So they have a couple of different pieces of evidence that are meant to show that Luke is shorter in some scenes than he is in other shots, or bigger in other shots than he is in other ones. Um, Another piece of evidence. It is believed by supporters of the canon Luke hypothesis that Obi-Wan's line shortly after Luke first succeeds, "You've taken your first step into a larger world," is evidence of Obi-Wan's knowledge of there being a larger Luke Skywalker. Another commonly held theory is that Princess Leia's comment towards Luke shortly before being rescued, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" is a thinly veiled acknowledgement of the existence of a size discrepancy
Oh, come
between
on.
different versions of Luke Skywalker. Because this is an in-universe acknowledgement, it is generally deemed evidence in favor of the canon Luke hypothesis, as opposed to the Hamill hypothesis, as it seems very unlikely that a star. This is how they wrote the Zohar. This is what the Kabbalah is.
This is fucking
These motherfuckers,
insane.
these motherfuckers invented Gnosticism for Star Wars. Um, yeah,
Have
and
these
they like
people
have
never heard of perspective?
yeah, no, exactly, and they have different timestamps for different shots where they claim Luke is different heights. But like, how many pages are there on here? Because it says like, this is all on the front page. How many like is it? I don't know if this is even really a wiki. It only has like a couple of pages. Yeah, the frame of reference argument is a catch-all term for subjects relating to discussions over which Luke is Luke Prime. He's tied to the extremely controversial and fringe smaller Luke hypothesis. The frame of the frame of reference argument is believed to have been first posited by a member of a Star Wars Usenet board in the early 1990s. This user proclaimed the alleged arbitrariness of there being a bigger Luke, citing the alleged lack of a consistent criteria to define which Luke was, in fact, Luke Prime. So they're arguing that the bigger Luke is actually the regular Luke, and the smaller Luke isn't.
Yeah, because I'm sure they could absolutely tell on their like tiny ass tube TVs with their
Yeah,
VCRs.
yeah. Yeah, no, these are from 1995. It's
Something
interesting. There's
about this,
also
it
yeah,
like reminds me of that whole like theory about Wizard of Oz where they're like, oh, there's like a munchkin hanging in the background, and then like once they
yeah,
restored them, it's like, yeah, it's like a bird.
yeah. It is very interesting. I think it's interesting though that George Lucas went back and did the special edition so that he could remove every instance of bigger Luke just to uh just to cover it up.
I love that there's a
Yeah.
conspiracy that George was trying to cover it up and hide the truth from
I don't know
people
that
about
that's
Bigger
I don't
Luke.
know that that's true. I just made that up. That might not be real.
Oh,
But I
it's
I
my head canon now.
I also, yeah, I really want Star Wars theory to like do a video about how like Disney ruined Star Wars by by not including bigger Luke, and how like Kathleen Kennedy is trying to destroy masculinity by having all of the Lukes be smaller. Um okay, so let's look at a couple of the other wikis that I found. So, are you familiar with they mentioned oh shite. Are you familiar with the potion scene?
The potion scene?
Yes. So, have you ever seen the film Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed?
Oh, are you talking about when like Shaggy gets like fat titties?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is a wiki entirely dedicated to that scene. So
I
this
love
is
the
yeah,
thumbnail for Buff Shaggy.
yeah. This appears to be this page has 179 pages. This
Oh my
wiki.
god.
It says wiki rules: content created must be about or related to the potion scene. Information must be accurate and understandable. Any speculative rumors or unproven sources may be added if they have enough logic behind them to justify doing so, but they must be stated as such. So, no spreading false information about the potion scene. Um, there's a couple different categories. We have adaptations of the potion scene. Um, like the famous stage adaptation of it, Margaret Atwood's seminal rewrite of it in novel form, the graphic novel adaptation by Chris Robinson, yeah, and then also characters who appear in the scene: Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Daphne, Velma. The transformations: Monster Scooby, Shaggy Chick, Tasmanian Devil Scooby, Buff Shaggy, and Scooby Brainiac.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah,
This potion scene is
yeah.
just redoing the scene from Gremlins 2 when all the
It is, I
gremlins like
guess. Yeah,
take those things and like mutate.
that's true. Do you want to look at these are the characters relevant to the potion scene.
Old Man
Uh
Wickles.
Old Man Wickles, Shaggy, Velma, Scooby Doo, Daphne, the Skeleton Man, Jonathan Jacobo, and Mystery Incorporated. I'm curious to see what they have to say just about Mystery Inc. as a gang. Um, Mystery Incorporated, or Mystery Inc. for short, is a group of mystery solvers based out of the city of Coolsville. In Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, they are investigating the disappearance of several costumes from a museum. They appear in all versions of the potions in the potion scene. So, uh, history. Shaggy and Scooby Doo, two members of Mystery Inc., were investigating the Coolsville mining town when they encountered the Skeleton Man. They are immediately scared and ran away. I love this is the grammar, the tense on this is all over the place. Accidentally discovering a secret elevator. The two of them get on the elevator and travel down into Jonathan Jacobo's lab. While investigating the lab, they come across a refrigerator filled with potions. After transforming into a series of bizarre new forms, a massive explosion happens. So, like, it's interesting that they can only talk about the events of Scooby Doo through the lens of one scene.
Like just
I find
only
that
this
interesting.
potion scene.
Yeah. So what I like to do on these as well is scroll down and see the related posts. So this is an interesting one. This is Krang Army from not the Ninja Turtles wiki, which is what I thought it was from, but from, do you want to read the name of this wiki?
Disney versus non-Disney villains wiki.
Yeah. So I'm curious about this one. I've just found out about this. So it's
It's so
now
wild
been
because like
renamed.
that Ninja Turtles show like that Krang is from was on Nickelodeon. So what does that have to do with Disney?
Well because they're versus non-Disney villains. It also looks like the wiki has been renamed, although the URL is still Disney villains versus non-Disney villains wiki. The actual page, the actual wiki itself has been renamed the Villains Tournament wiki. It is a collaborative website about the YouTube videos of the same. Oh, it's based on a YouTube video series. Um, I wonder if we can find the video. I'm fascinated by what 10-year-old makes these videos. There I can't. Oh, there's a TV tropes page for it. Yo! So it says Villain Wars is a genre of videos where footage of villains and occasionally heroes from various forms of media are edited into a series where they fight, form alliances, and tell a story. The first series where villains ever fought each other was Disney versus Disney villains and was created by Man Wu and 73 Windman in 2010. That makes sense. It's a very 2010 thing to do.
Hmm.
It also gathered a small but dedicated fandom, which uses its own forum. I love going on the Villain Wars forums and being like, "Hey man, you really can't post shit like that. You know, you're breaking Rule 8 of the board. I have to give you a warning, a formal warning." Um, yeah, just like War Thunder, like it's like the War Thunder Discord, where like
Hmm.
government secrets get leaked on the Villain Wars wiki.
The first was Disney versus non-Disney villains, and that was
Yeah,
followed by the Disney Villains War. Then
yeah,
Disney versus Marvel villains, DC versus Marvel villains war,
yeah.
Malice World of War, which was a fanfic tournament,
Okay.
followed by animated versus video game villains war, Disney heroes versus villains. So that's basically just Disney movies. Non-Disney villains tournament, movie villains war, heroes
Yeah.
versus villains, cartoon villains war, and then the last one that is listed here is worst
Worst
heroes and villains
heroes.
war ever.
So there's examples this series contains, including uh, all there in the manual. Many of the characters in these series have had their origins changed for each series. Example: Thrax from Osmosis Jones was an ancient Greek monster in Disney versus non-Disney, but in non-Disney Villains Tournament, he is an alien. Um, I like that there's also like talking about the mythos of it, where it's like there's a devil but no god. Zeus in the Greek mythology is present, but don't play much of a role in any series. Hades, Loki, and Hecate are all gods and are evil, and that's not counting all the demons running around. This is amazing. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of these. Oh my god. There's spoiler warnings too. This
Oh
is
God.
amazing. Robotnik builds a prison to keep Kent Mansley in. Its inmates include Horace, Jasper, Fuzzy Lumpkins, Long John Silver, McLeach, Gantu, Zartan, and most of Skeletor's evil warriors. I'm happy they finally locked those guys up. Um, the Mukhtar also becomes an inmate after his failed attempt to kill Evil Lyn. Yeah,
Oh my
wild
God.
stuff.
Who the hell is
Um,
Carface?
Carface is from he's the bad guy from All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. The
I haven't
like
seen that
dog
movie in
monster.
so fucking long.
Yeah. What else? Oh no, can we can we talk about this one again?
Which one?
The one I
Oh my
just
god.
highlighted.
Child by rape. Played for laughs with
There's
Discord. Played depressingly straight with Long John Silver.
depressingly straight. Does this mean that Discord raped someone, or does it mean that he is the child? Like, is Long John Silver in this meant to be the child of rape, or did he rape somebody? Oh,
This
we
is
have to
probably a
watch
dumb
this at some
question,
point.
but they mean Discord from
Yeah.
My Little Pony, right?
I assume they mean Discord from My Little Pony. I don't know who else they would mean. Um, but that's a good point.
Hoist by his own petard.
Where's Voice Buzz? Oh yeah. As is always the case, the Horned King is killed by the Black Cauldron. You know how that always happens. Ozai is also beaten close to death by Jafar, who leaves Shan Yu to deliver the killing blow, allowing him some much needed vengeance after Ozai murdered his entire village and lover. Yeah. Here's the thing, it's like we're making fun of this, but as I'm reading this, I'm like, who would win, Jafar or Ozai? That's kind of an interesting question. And
I
it's like,
love this.
no.
I'm assuming it's like kind of like censored or whatever, but it just says jerk ass genie Jafar, and
Jafar
like that's
became a
it.
genie. Um, yeah, the Drej are in it from Titan AE.
Minion shipping. Oh, okay, it doesn't mean like Gru minions.
No, no, yeah,
Okay, yeah, okay, that
yeah.
makes more sense. I was like, when
I
did
wish,
they
I
get
wish they were in it. Abraham Payne and Agent Bishop are both running for president.
Bishop ultimately wins?
Yeah. Spoilers, by the way, for Disney villains versus non-Disney villains. All CGI villains had only one round save for Oogie Boogie and Malthazar, who themselves only showed up for one more round each. Oh, okay.
Spoiled
Interesting.
brat, Darla Dimple, and Zurg. True story.
True story. Um, wow,
This is
okay.
okay. So I'm not gonna lie. Like the more we read about this, the more I'm like, this sounds like the coolest shit ever, and I want to watch this.
This is this is like what I wanted to do when I was 10. Like I would watch
Yeah.
videos like this and be like, someday I'm gonna be good enough at editing. I mean, I was a little older than that at this point, but I was probably still watching videos like this.
I feel like,
Because I
as
was like, I
kids,
was,
we
yeah,
all wanted to make the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
yeah,
And that's pretty
exactly.
much what this is.
And now fucking Fortnite has like taken that place.
Which is
Whoa.
insane to think about. Yeah, like
Who's
from what
oh
I'm seeing, this is like pretty well put together.
yeah, it's kind of like oh, what's it called? You know what it's like? Do you ever see the Tarzan and Milo video where it's like, "Welcome to the amazing world of gay sex"?
Oh yeah.
It's like that. No, I love it. I mean, like, I genuinely, I said, like, I hope that this kid like works for like Netflix or something now as just like an editor. I hope AI has not come for his job.
I fear for the future when AI is the one doing like editing and shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I fear for the future when the Disney villains start fighting in a biblical Book of Revelation style battle. Yeah, he went out on the island and he was like, "I saw Frollo." That's how the Bible was originally supposed to end. Was like, I saw Jafar, and he was fighting. He was fighting the guy from Osmosis Jones. Yeah.
I love that they specified that Zurg was a brat.
Mhm.
I think that's very funny.
I like that it
Do you
has
think
its
Zurg
own.
had
It
a
has
brat summer?
definitely him and Buzz. I think the apple's rotten right to the core. Things are yeah. I would pay money to hear Tim Allen in like the Buzz Lightyear voice uh do like recite club classics.
I genuinely wonder how much it would cost to get him to do that because like it's not like he's really getting work anymore.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. That'd be interesting. Um,
As, Speaking of Tim
yeah.
Allen, like I think it's really funny that Last Man Standing got canceled because nobody was watching it, and everybody online, like all these right wingers were like throwing a fit, and we're like, I loved that show. Why did you cancel it? And so many people got so upset and up in arms that they brought the show back, and then it got
Oh,
canceled again
really?
because nobody was watching it.
I thought that show was on for like a while too. So it's weird that people would complain that it got canceled.
Yeah,
Like,
because it
well,
was
I mean,
like,
people like to conservatives like to complain about things. That's kind of what it is.
yeah, like they've never seen an episode of the show, but they're like, oh, what do you mean?
I I remember I have seen I think an episode of it, and it is truly pretty dog shit.
Yeah, like I know that one actress that was in Booksmart is in that show, and she's
Isn't
like
what?
one of the girl that was in Booksmart. I'm trying to think of her name, but she played one of the
Okay.
daughters in that show. Um, and from what I had seen of the show, she was like one of the only actors that genuinely just didn't seem like she wanted to be there.
But yeah, I mean, I never hold those kinds of things against those actors. Like, Two Broke Girls is a horrible show, but pretty well everyone. I like pretty well everyone on it. Um,
Yeah, no, like I remember loving that show when I was a kid, and then like I rewatched it at one point
yeah,
during COVID, and I was like, "Oh, this is just really uncomfortable."
yeah. Like I don't know. I saw a clip of Jim Parsons from Big Bang Theory in like a dramatic role, and I like forgot that he's like been in other things, and I was like, oh yeah, he's like actually a pretty good actor. Fuck, I wish Sexypedia was still up so I could check to see if Sheldon has a page because I bet he did. God
I
damn it.
guarantee it.
So I beyond our miraculous discovery of the Disney versus non-Disney villains wiki, um, I have a couple of others I wanted to go on, if that's
Okay.
cool with you.
Yeah.
So the others I wanted to go on was it was mentioned in the original one that there is hypothetical hurricanes.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
I don't think we talked about enough because that one's great.
Like, is it just
Hold on.
people like making like their own hurricanes and being like, "This is what this one would do"?
Yeah, 100%. But it's all written as if they're real.
This
So
is my
this is
OC. Don't steal.
Yeah, for hurricanes. Welcome to the Hypothetical Hurricanes Wiki, a wiki-based comprehensive database of hypothetical tropical cyclone articles that anyone can edit. Important note, with the exception of a few pages from Wikipedia and other administrative pages, all of the pages on this website are hypothetical, i.e., not real or fictional. Thank you for explaining what hypothetical means. Any similarity or coincidence to real life events is purely coincidental. So, my assumption is that this is for people who have like meteorology autism.
Yeah, that would check out.
Where it's all just like it's exactly like the popular pages are Los Angeles hurricane of 2024, also known as the Great Californian and West Coast hurricane of 2024, was a Category 6 extreme hurricane that struck California and the West Coast in October of 2024. This storm caused $3 trillion in damages and 190,876 deaths, making it the deadliest Atlantic and Eastern Pacific hurricane. And do you think that like people will respond and be like, "Bro, you made this hurricane too powerful. Stop fucking power gaming all your hurricanes. Like you can't. You're just trying to one up everyone else on the wiki." Yeah, my hurricane killed 10 trillion people.
Goodness, I
Goodness,
hope
I
this
hope
was
this was
retired.
retired. What does that fucking mean? Armageddon storm Colin
Oh my god.
was by far the most powerful, damaging, and deadly tropical cyclone ever recorded, as well as one of the major causes of the 2027 mass extinction event and the formation of the Holy Empire of Earth, Kaglamania. The 100th depression, 96th named storm, 70th hurricane, and 64th major hurricane of the 2027 Atlantic hurricane season.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
God.
This is a warning to everybody to be prepared for when the Earth is destroyed and the Holy Empire of Earth Megalomania is established. Colin, I forgot that it was a storm called Colin. And it was like, Colin did this? Colin was responsible for apocalyptic damage throughout its several month-long path, in some cases permanently sinking thousands of square miles of land as a result of its storm surge and generating supersonic winds strong enough to cause powerful earthquakes where it made landfall. It resulted in the deaths of over three-fourths of the human race, as well as the extinction of 80% of all Earth species. Wow.
I love that this
This
is
is
like the scariest, deadliest hurricane ever, and it's just named Colin.
I also like the comments. I'm gonna throw hands with the goddamn Armageddon storm. Watch me. God shall not hold me down. I will ascend to my final form and then go beyond even that. Responding.
The
The
hell
hell
was
was
I
I on
on
when
when
I
I
wrote
wrote this?
this? We need a whole wiki for this one alone.
Real though, ooh.
Yeah, so funny when athletes sign these long contracts. Oh, you're going to be playing for the Yankees in 2031? Buddy, Armageddon Storm Colin is going to consume us in 2027. Armageddon Storm Colin is coming. Armageddon Storm Colin is coming. Literally, bro, stop planning for the future. Colin is coming. Someone said fly to the moon. That's the solution. And someone else said, no, the moon will be absorbed by the black hole. Who
Who
came
came
here
here because
because
of
of
dirt?
Twitter?
Me. I just need to know if I survive into the new world.
Wow.
This will greatly affect the trout population.
I'm sure, yeah. Magic Mush brought me here. That's gonna leave a mark. Obesity appreciation got a little disastrous. Damn. Um, but there's a link. There's a link for the Holy Empire of Erd and Megalomania.
Oh God, what is it?
Oh, important note. This article and timeline are outdated and not an accurate representation of the creator's current writing style. For more recent
Oh
and
God.
higher quality work, it is highly recommended to go here, and it's an unrelated thing. The Holy Empire of Earth Caglomania, also known as the Holy Empire. This is a terrible flag, by the way.
That a yeah, that's
It's not good. It's like the Confederate flag if it was like made by Decepticons. It's so weird.
what's with the sun in the center?
It's yeah, it's like a Transformers Confederate Sun logo. It's bizarre. It does not look. It's like the most ugly color scheme. The Holy Empire of Earth Caglomania, or just Caglomania, was a global and interstellar superpower that ruled the entire Earth along with countless planets in 12 other solar systems from 2030 to 2102. It was a far-right imperialist power, infamous for its rampant state and corporate-sponsored bigotry and its ruthless principles of social Darwinism. Its ruling powers believed that by the way, do you believe that this is was made by a Nazi or made by a person who doesn't like Nazis? Like, is this a utopia or a dystopia for them? Which do you guess?
Oh God, yeah. So,
'Cause
oh
I
man,
have a guess.
I just saw like culture, sexism, ableism,
Yeah.
transphobia,
So I
homophobia.
suspect that this was made by someone who is like an online like I don't know, a non-Nazi.
Hmm.
And this was them trying to write a bad guy faction for a story, but they like kind of overdid it.
Yeah, I feel like that warning at the top is
Yeah,
like, hey, like I don't write about shit like this anymore, so like let's go check
yeah.
this out.
Like when I found it, I was like, I bet this was made by a Nazi. But looking at it, I don't think it was. But like
Yeah, it definitely
it,
seems more
yeah.
like kind of like Warhammer satire almost.
But like made by a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah, because its motto is "All Hail Earth." Its capital is Leviticus City, which is formerly San. I like that San Francisco becomes the capital of the alt-right empire.
The largest city is Exodus, which was
Yeah,
formerly London.
but like
Population 190 billion. That's not a
San
that's
no, but San Francisco becoming the capital of like the right wing empire is very funny to me
that no, that's fucking hilarious.
because it's San Francisco. They all pray to the yeah. We pray to the effigies of Harvey Milk, or no, I guess they would pray to the effigy of the guy who killed Harvey Milk. Um, it was known to discriminate against minorities within the human race as well. The upper classes were predominantly white or white passing, cisgender, neurotypical men. Church and state were not separate. And prosecute like it's it's like too dystopian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
This
no
feels
way a right wing
too
person would cisgender in here.
oh no. But like what I almost mean is like it's very funny that like humans are still like we're colonizing outer space after a storm destroys the planet, and they're still like Bible Belt, like they're still Matt Walsh. You know what I mean? They haven't
Yeah.
even like turned like it doesn't understand the metaphor. Like it doesn't be like it's not like oh they hate mutants or like they hate aliens. It's like no they don't like they don't like Mexican people. It's like 3/4 of the human race was destroyed. Like
So I
you know what I
noticed
mean?
I noticed a culture it said aphobia. Is that like being phobic
Yeah.
of asexuals?
My favorite is just biphobia. like the like the space marines being like, you have to pick a side. You're
Anti-Semitism,
you're being
Islamophobia. Like
green.
this is like so extreme that there is no
Yeah,
way a
like,
right-wing person wrote this.
no, no, I'm fully on that. But like it's just there's something by the way, thankfully it was destroyed by something called the Seraphim Rebellion. Oh
Oh,
my
I gotta
God.
know what the Seraphim Rebellion
Look at
is.
this little fuck. Look at this little guy.
It looks like a
Describe
fucking
him.
Neopet.
Yeah, he's like a neopet, a biblically accurate neopet named Earlham Uday Kwell. Peglamania was destroyed, but it became a republic called the Kaglamanian Republic. I want to make it clear, by the way, that I'm not trying to like shit on this person. This is a lot of work that they did, and I think it's very cool that they like this is probably a person I would get along with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like I think it's funny, but like I'm also
Yeah.
like genuinely impressed at
Yeah.
how detailed
Oh
all
yeah.
of this is.
Creator creator of the Holy Empire of Earth, Kaglamania, open invitation to come on the show. Um yeah. Oh my God, he's even talking about like how it was formed as a reaction against Gen Z becoming more liberal. Like it's very this is wow. This is fascinating. Oh, there's an empress.
I
Would
kind of
you?
fuck with that design.
Yeah, would you?
Oh, yeah, it would.
Okay. It says that its illustrator was executed upon coming out as bisexual. Why would they come out? You motherfucker, you live in the Earth Keglomania Empire. Don't come out of the closet.
Yeah, like that is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, they began invading numerous other star systems after inventing wormhole generating devices. World glassers. I the per so this has to have been made by like a military science fiction kid who also is queer.
Yeah, no, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy to me that this started on the hypothetical hurricane wiki.
Oh,
And now this is like
there's more
detailed like
info.
fantasy fact. Oh God.
There's
Okay,
more
so there's
info in
like
the
multiple pages for this.
yeah. This is the Earth this is the Earth Caclemanian Holy Empire. We clown in this bitch. Better take your sensitive ass back to Armageddon Storm Colin. Fantastic. I do want to read this section about biphobia though. Much
I
like
need
homosexuals, bisexuals were oppressed in Caglemanian society due to the idea of being attracted to more than one gender being considered taboo. Like gay people, they were often killed, kicked out of homes, fired, and censored in the media. This, I like to think that the Heritage Foundation read this and they decided to base Project 2025 off of the Holy
Mhm.
Empire of Earth, Gaglomania. Um, Asexual and aromantic people were targeted. Like it is, it is so strange to imagine a world where the secret police are like, we've noticed that you don't want to have sex with people. Therefore, we're going to kill you. Like, I'm not saying that there is no such thing as discrimination against asexual or aromantic people. There obviously is, but
Mhm.
like, not in that institutional way that this is describing.
Yeah, like what if they just like
Yeah,
kill a person and it's just like a very socially awkward virgin?
yeah. They don't. They like. Yeah, it's. They talk about they have conversion therapy for autistic people. Like it. Which, by the way, good luck taking over the fucking galaxy without autistic people. That's
Yeah.
that's a nightmare scenario. You're gonna have no You're gonna have no one make no one's gonna have any good ideas because there's not gonna be a guy who's like, I think we should go there because I think that it looks cool. And then a bunch of guys have to like figure out how to do that. That's like how empires are run.
This fucking ableism section is just like
This person that clearly does not understand I Claudius. Um and the importance of neurodivergent people within imperial governments. Yeah, extroversion, being attentive, and participating in sports were encouraged while having unusual hobbies, making unusual motions. Introversion. It's like, yeah, there was an evil counselor named the Dad who would get mad when you who gets mad at individuals who make wikis instead of doing their homework. Uh, any the great resistance leader was the creator of the wiki who decided to fight the stepdad in the gladiatorial arena of the bedroom. I guess the only ones of these I can like imagine actually existing in like some kind of weird interstellar feudal government is like any of the ones related to gender.
hmm
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I guess like certain forms of ableism, like in a very Dune kind of future, which
hmm
you're not going to get by 2030. Like it has to be
Yeah.
further in the future. I don't know. I do like that anti-Semitism still exists. Gaglamanians are allowed to freely display Nazi symbols and other Jewish symbols. And Jewish stereotypes were rampant in the media and anti-Semitic. Again, it's they're building an interstellar empire after Earth was destroyed. Yeah, I might have to cut some of this. We're talking about it a lot. Whoa. Jen, are you seeing this?
Oh shit, did they design like vehicles?
They have spaceships that they 3D modeled.
Oh, oh man, I fuck with this so
This
heavy.
person fucking rocks.
I love this.
I hope this person knows how cool they are. Like genuinely. Like I'm not this person just posted, yeah, it reminds me a little bit of all of the Holy Empire of Britannia. Yeah, the person who made this, I'm going to be honest with you, they know about the Holy Empire of Britannia, dude. The person who made this is 100% a fan of Code Geass. Uh, yeah, this person who commented, I thought had their user avatar is like it's a picture of Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I thought, oh no, sorry. So it's Lin-Manuel Miranda in one, and then it's, you know who that is, Jen?
Who is that?
That's Abba Kovner. This motherfucker used to have had an Abna Cover profile picture, which is kind of based, honestly, but also really funny. I won't read anything else because they have some personal info that I would rather not read because I suspect this person may have been a kid. But uh, I thought their profile picture, which is like their current profile picture, which is a picture of Lin Manuel Miranda from Hamilton. I thought that was the cover of the of We Don't Trust You, like the Metro Boomin and Future album. It's like, yeah, Yeah, I loved when Kendrick Lamar popped off unexpected and uncredited feature and started throwing out disses to Renelia Sue Caglamania, Empress of Caglamania. Mm,
God,
yeah,
I fuck with this really heavy.
I do
I'm
too.
probably gonna read more about this
I
later.
hope. Oh, I probably will too. This
Yeah.
we gotta talk about one more wiki though, Jen. Unless you have an
Okay.
idea for something to look up on one of these that we've looked at already. But
Um,
uh, but I have another one saved that I want to look at
let's
with you.
see.
It's a very well, it's very specific to you. So Jen, you are a woman, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're a girl, and you run a page about the Joker, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I thought it would be worthwhile to look at a page that was in some way related to you. So I found a wiki here. Why don't you read the title of this wiki?
The Female Villains Wiki,
Yeah,
formerly the
formerly the
Evil Babes Wiki.
yeah. This wiki is devoted exclusively to female villains that are found in fictional media, such as movies and TV shows, as well as comics, video games, and even literature. Keywords are a big focus. Yeah, okay. Um, Villains. Oh, yeah. Note: characters that are redeemed or remorseful have a Freudian excuse for their actions, or whose actions are of light or questionable villainy are now forbidden to have regular pages created for them. So they only want characters who are completely like completely one dimensional. One of the things I found interesting about this is that because there's a villains wiki that I've seen before that's just for like
Mhm.
villains in different pieces of media. Do you think the female villains wiki would be dedicated to just women from that section, correct? That's what you probably assume.
Yeah, you would assume so
You
just by
would
the
you would
name.
be pretty much wrong, because this is, as far as I can tell, mostly fetish content. Um, from what I can tell. So they have them broken down by things like crimes. So adulteress, arson, backstab, backfire, betrayer, blackmailer, conspirator, domestic abuser, double agent, femme fatale. These are all things, by the way, that my mom calls me when she's mad at me. Forced kissing, forced sex, molester,
Oh my
kidnapper,
God.
humiliator, spy, torturer. I'm skipping some. There's so fucking many of these. They have the list of how the female villains are killed. Oh God, I didn't even know about that.
Bisected, body crushed,
Oh, oh no.
electrocution.
Oh God.
God, these
Oh,
are awful. My God.
it's so terrible. Oh my, I didn't know that was on. Fates. Oh yes, they have characters who were enslaved, characters whose fates are ending dependent. Um, they've got minions. They have henchwomen, bosses. Um, they also they have a dedicated section for villains from pornography. Um,
Oh
which
God.
if I open, yeah, I can, yeah. It's not really very funny. It's just a bunch of characters from pornography. So we're gonna not look at that one. But then like they also have like one of the ones I thought was interesting is one of the things that I thought was funny is that they have like very very clear like distinct categories of like women to fetishize. So they have like
Hmm.
evil biker babes, assassins, Amazons, belly dancers, beauty pageant, cheerleader, and one that I found just for you.
Clown. Okay, yes, yes.
Want to
Let's
look
see
at some
this.
clown girls with me?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna look at some clown girls together. So we've got Uh, Harley Quinn. They're
Of
they're gonna.
course.
I think they're gonna have like every version of Harley Quinn separately, probably. Julie from Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. I don't know who that is. Dottie from Batman Beyond. Lauren from Total Drama. Takeo from Batman Beyond. The Courtly Jester from Ever After High, Way to Wonderland. But yeah, they're just so many clown girls. So little time.
I love this so much.
Yeah. Let's uh let's click on one. Who do you want to look at?
Let's check out Bozette Slapstick from Totally
That's what I
Spies.
wanted to look at too. Yeah. Um, Similar to Jazz Hands with his pursuit of restoring the glory of miming, Bozette wants to revive the former glory of clowns as her scheme. So she's like a remember what they took from you for clowns. She's a
I love
like a
that.
clown. She's a clown reactionary. Um, I will say, Totally Spies had a pretty like good art style. Like this character does look cool.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
remember like Totally Spies. I don't remember the content per se. I just remember like
yeah,
the art being like really
yeah.
well done.
One of the things I think is interesting also, this was one of the things that was making me laugh when I was looking through this place, is they basically have like specific outfit things categorized. Like
Hmm.
they they note that she wears stockings or nylons. They note that she wears a knee-length skirt. Um, they mention that she wears a wig. Like this
Oh,
is
they
very
mentioned she
much
gets stuck.
yeah. Villainous is stuck. Oh yeah, there's some wild fucking categories on here. Just a second. There was a character I saw who is from an anime I've never heard of, but had like just the list of categories at the bottom was extremely funny to me. Hold on.
That
Um,
gallery is so like there's so much there. Oh
yeah.
my god.
So yeah, accidental defeat, anime villainous, barefoot, bare stomach, beehive hairstyle, begs hero for mercy, begs villain for mercy, blonde, boots, bondage used on villainous, boss, bra and panties, braided hairstyle, bully, cape, clothes stripped, removed, or stolen, clothing damage, garter belt, torturer, topless, villainous is enlarged, villainous is shrunken, villainous is stuck. And I was like reading this and I was like so it's so fascinating to me that there's like just a subsection for guys who have a fetish for just evil women and they just want to go look at like I wonder if there's any villains I've never heard of who are evil and I can jack off to.
This
It says
is
there's also a
crazy.
Japanese language counterpart to this. There's also a blog called Henchwomen Fight, um, which I'm looking at now in a different section. Oh wow, okay, no, this is still being updated. I don't think we have a lot of time to look at this one. This is still being updated. They have a post about Amanda Stenberg in the Acolyte.
Oh shit.
So this is like a very up to date, like probably just one person, just posting about different evil women and different things. Um, Fascinating, fascinating. You know, like I don't really want to look at it for too long, or I'm worried I'm going to be on like a
Yeah.
list. But like, really, quite an interesting subsection of people we've looked at today, Jen.
Yeah, no, the Holy Empire of Kaglamania has probably been my favorite part.
I think so too. I think that the woman who's the Empress of Kaglamania should be on the villains wiki, the female villains wiki.
I'm gonna see if I can add her later and just
Yeah,
like copy the information
you
over.
should you should see if you can add yourself to the female villains. You should see if they're trans inclusive.
Oh no, I definitely should.
Yeah, because they might be.
Fingers
You never
crossed, because I
know.
would love to be on the female villains wiki.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Fascinating. So, Jen, I think that probably about does it. Um,
Hmm.
Do you have any closing remarks? Have you learned anything today? Any words of wisdom to leave the listeners with?
Uh, I learned that there is a whole wiki for hypothetical hurricanes, and I think that's actually kind of rad.
Yeah, there was also I didn't really look at it because it wasn't quite as funny, but there's a hypothetical tornadoes and a hypothetical tsunamis as well. And there's one just called like hypothetical events. It's just for like fake elections mostly. But then some of them are like the great suckening and stuff. Like there's some of them are weird. But yeah, no,
I
I,
definitely
I
want
that
to look into the tornado one because that
the
sounds kind
tornado
of sick.
one. I also I want to watch some of those Disney villain versus regular villain fight videos
Hmm.
because that's I occasionally need some nostalgia for like my childhood watching like Dragon Ball AMVs and stuff. And that's
Yeah,
very
I want to
much
get
like
like deep in the fandom
yeah.
of that and just be like
Yeah,
really
it's
pretentious about it.
fascinating. Yeah, oh yeah, I've been into it since season 8. Yeah, I've been into it since season 8. Yeah, oh yeah, no, I've actually watched all the ones from 2010. They're better. It was better back then.
What do you
They
know
hadn't
about Disney
they hadn't
versus non-Disney villain wars?
they hadn't gone woke yet. Uh, yeah. The problem with Disney villain versus non-Disney villain wars is that the non-Disney villain wars, the non-Disney villains have become too popular, and when you look into the animus of the mind, you see that they're pitting them against each other due to Disney's cloying attempts to use radical post-Marxism to reprogram our minds. When 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 Jafar threw Gru into Megamind's robot, that represented the fall from Eden of Adam and Eve. The consumption. Yeah. When you go on the female villains wiki, some of them are fat now. I used to go on the female villains wiki to jack off, and I would just see hot anime babes getting cut in half and skinned alive. And now sometimes I see a big fat bitch, and I'm like, damn. And she's having a good time too. She's winning the story. This is if you look at the post-Marxist writings and if you look at Jungian philosophy, when you climb the mountain to slay the dragon, there shouldn't be any fucking fat bitches there. That's what I learned. Okay.
Damn, I can't believe you were able to get Jordan Peterson on the podcast.
You know what? He's gonna probably make more appearances. Okay. Well, signing off for this week. This is Janin and Drackman. See ya.